on your mind? Can I read it from your eyes? Can we leave and make the time stand still? What if we stay here, pretend there's nothing else? What if we stay here? I wanna be the what's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. When there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. I wanna taste your content, hold your breath and feel the
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a good day to watch some Counter-Strike. My name's Ziggy. I like to yap about Counter-Strike, and we've got a bit of a banger here. It's Kooking Esports. It's Demolition for OSS Season 8. We've just got the vetoes finishing up as we speak, so we'll be getting into the game shortly. How's everybody doing this evening? It's a good week, man. Let's go, Iggy. Shout out Kicking one time. What's up, buddy? Yeah, man. I was excited to see you guys on the schedule. I knew which game I was going to hop on. Oh, the veto's already interesting from the jump, actually. So we'll go through it real quick. Demolition bans Inferno. Kooking bans Anubis. Demolition picks Train. This is one that jumped out at me immediately from the veto, because you look at the play history for both of these teams. There's no data to go off, really, for Kooking on Train. Ancient picked by Kooking Esports, and then Mirage as the decider if we need it left over. Long time no speak. How are you doing? I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. It's a good week. I'm here. Got a banger game of Counter-Strike to cast. FaZe Clan is in the major playoffs. You know, Simple is back. Like it's a good week to be a Counter-Strike fan. Sarky fucked up the ban. Nah, you gotta be trolling, man. There's no way. There's no way. Oh, minor hiccup. Oh, there's the GoTo VIP. From the boy RTX, shout out one time. The GOAT tournament organizer. FaZe up, not trolling. No way, man. Well, I hope you got your sandwich and your camera smokes down, buddy, because it's gonna have to be a rush outside sim every round, though. You're out, have fun. All right, man. Take it easy. Good luck in the game. But yeah, we'll go ahead and hop into game and see what we've got here. I'm setting up my my OBS finds and everything. The whole HUD, having the different scenes and all of that sort of thing. It's all new to me. Never set any of this nonsense up, so I'm figuring it out as we go. So maybe a couple of hiccups. Hopefully the observing won't be too bad. And yeah, we'll figure it out. All right. So absolutely nothing to go off of for Kooking Esports on Train. Allegedly, Sarky fucked up the ban. Either that or Kicking is the type of guy who would have some preparation in the bag for this kind of thing. I mean, I know both of these are two very good teams. I've scrimmed both of them in the past. Actually, before Kooking Esports was even in advanced, I think they played under a different name at that time. Slightly different lineup than what they have now. But dude, they were so good. That was one of the first scrims that I played on Nuke with that lineup that season. That was season 52, Hose Mad, I think. It might have been season 51. Dude, we didn't get a single T round. We legit got 12-0'd on the T side of Nuke. It was unreal. Very, very sharp shooters on this team. And Jord is actually back in the server, registered as one of their substitutes coming into this event. So hopefully we're not going to do the NA Classic where we ready up at the last second. I'm ready to get into this best of 3 sooner rather than later. The Classic, false for getting the anti-cheat. There's always got to be one, man. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. Russ, are you still in the chat? Tap in, brother. Going to hit a quick tab out for a moment, don't mind me. All right. And yeah, if anybody is still here in the stream, just let me know how the sound is and everything, the balance and everything. My PC has a bad habit of resetting my sound settings. Everything can be in the same USB port, everything like that. If I move my PC for whatever reason, I've had to do that a couple of times this month, and set it back up, all of my sound settings are cooked. So I think everything's working. I at least see the bars moving in OBS, but if my mic's a little loud, if the game's a little quiet, let me know. And I'm actually going to turn the game down just a hair. It's a little loud to my ear. But I can crank up the sound a little bit in the stream as we need to. We getting some nade practice live in the warm-up, man. Oh, Naro, a man after my own heart. He's got the green loadout. He's got my same knife. What a guy. The Emerald Bowie. We love to see it, man. I mean, the tiger tooth butterfly and the sport gloves on Sarky. That goes kind of hard. That tells me he either hit it big on the gambler or he's got a little bit too much money to spend on this game, man. Could be both. Column A, column B. Met and a member of the Elige school. Default knife, no gloves. You'll love to see it. First year in Elige school, maybe. He's still got the AK skin. You know, something I wish they would re-implement from Go. There was a feature in Go TV where if you would hold Shift and press the number keys on a player, it would automatically zoom out to a wide angle, like outside of their POV. Like this guy right here, if I were to press Shift plus his number, it would zoom out like this, so we would be able to get the overhead. And I know that's a really small gripe, and there's probably ways to set up like cam paths and things like that in the same way that there were in Go with some extra fancy tools. But it was just nice to have that functionality native within the game. At least with my chopped streams, absolutely chopped streams, it made that part of it a little bit easier anyway. So 4 in the server for Kooking Esports, 5 for Demolition, and just waiting on the 5th so that we can get started. %, on the choke. I hope that's an aberration. Some kind of issue. Everything seems fun. Any Russian readers in the chat? I figured out stop. That's easy enough. What is that, controlledly? Controlledly punkt. It's in the map, I assume it's not swears or something terrible, but you never know. Minute 21 for us to get 5 readied up in the server for Kooking Esports and to get this game up and rolling. All right, Hamburger is in the house. And Kooking Esports is readied up. Okay, so map 1 of this best of 3. Kooking Esports versus Demolition. Map 1 of Train's pick. Chosen by Demolition. So we'll see. Presumably the CT side is what Kooking will go for as we get started here. As aforementioned, Camera 1, my boys better win without me? Aw, dude, is that why Jordan's back in the server? He's standing in for you, I guess. Yeah, man, they gotta pull it out. Did Sarky cook the veto, man? You gotta fill me in. Why are we playing Train right now? Oh, your internet's cooked. Dude, I mean, it's storming outside right this second. I might go out any second, to be honest with you. But, I mean, that's just how it be sometimes, man. Sarky is duping. Well, he is French. But at any rate, we're going to get right into the pistol round here. It's going to be one set of utility on our boy Obesity. Obesity. God bless. Getting smoke on Sarky as we go live here. Map 1 of Train. Kooking Esports versus Demolition. It's going to be a stack in towards the B site at the start of the round here for Kooking, and a more standard spread for the T side, but the walk is going to be coming in into toward ladder. But the push up on the ramp, Hamburg is going to go down as the first blood of the series goes to false, and a couple of quick trades back and forth leaves us in a fast 3 versus 3. Kooking is here and ready to receive the hit coming in onto the A bomb site. The flash is going to catch him. He's going to hear the steps running out, and Sarky in a good spot to try to catch the swing out onto the site. Kooking finds one over towards Decon. The bomb is going to go down, and we're going to leave it in a 1 versus 1 here. As Shark Boy from the back of Red Train will go down to Jordan, and the pistol round will go to Kooking. Really cool idea to lean 3 towards the towards the B stack at the start of the round, to go looking for the information instantly. Trade's just coming out really fast. It got really chaotic and just came down to the Glock versus USP duel at the side of Red. But bomb does go down, so the T's going to be on a pretty solid buy here. 3 MAC-10s, 2 Galils, and a little bit of utility to work with. So do we see the Rush A simulator? That's really the question. It's what a lot of the matchmaking games boil down to on this thing anyway. But no, looking like the pace is going to be a little bit more reasonable. The 2 grenades coming out instantly. Jordan's going to go down. That's a killer find for Demolition to start this force buy up on the second round. Nara peeking into the back of B as well. He's going to go down. So instantly, just like that, a 2-man disadvantage for Kooking. And Demolition going to take it slow. Kooking's got the time to be able to rotate in here. And we know this guy can be really, really sharp. But will require a lot of him to try to claw them back into this round. Demolition, they're being meticulous about this, though. They want to make sure that they don't give away the disadvantage that they've earned for themselves. The hit's going to come in onto the B site. Kicking's got it all to do. Spotted through the flashbang, but, I mean, just nothing to be found. And surely you call the save off at this point. You can't give away the guns. But Sarki's going to go down, and Hamburger running for the hills with the M4. Yeah, great setup at the start of the round with the 2 nades out from T-Con. Onto the box right here. Jort didn't know what hit him, man. So a very clean conversion on the force buy here. With 5 guys remaining alive, lest Hamburger finds one, he will. But traded out soon enough by Chroma, and the M4 recovered as well. And that's pretty devastating for the economy for Kooking. About the worst thing that can happen for you starting out a CT side. Go up on the pistol round. Not the cleanest conversion. Coming down to a 1 versus 1. You lose to arguably a better buy from the T's, and now it's a really rough situation. But the force buy going to come out nonetheless. So we'll see what they can put together. Looking like it's going to be another 3 stack towards the B site, and likely another play for the information. Slower on the pace this time. Naro, his head ripped clean off in the last round. Doesn't look to run it back, but the bait is set up very nicely for Sarki. The one shot's going to come through, but traded out immediately. Jord with the swing. And Naro's going to go out at the back of B, but they've managed to even this up to a 3 versus 3. And the setup close to T-Con. The Deeg spam going to come through as Kooking finds the 1. Running out of bullets, falling off behind the red train. Medin will find the trade and the bomb site. But Jord, if nothing else, he'll be able to save the rifle and carry it into the next round. But it doesn't look like that's the intention just yet. Maybe not full committing to the bit, but he's fishing for it, seeing if he could find one way back into this round. Good damage nonetheless for Kooking, but still a really rough spot if the win doesn't come through. But Jord's looking for it. He's got the first. And really, really hard to suss out. So many angles to check, so many positions to worry about as the peek comes in from Sharkboard from the back of red. And it's shaky, but Demolition will find their second. And I mean, I have my gripes with the state of the economy in CS2 right now. So I'll try not to be too much of a broken record, but it's just so rough for Kooking now. As they're on Deegs, they're on USPs, and still, even with the loss bonus coming in on this round, the buy on the next, bound to be rough. The same double grenades, Jord thinks better of it this time around, not going to get caught. And Demolition's been mindful of the information plays coming out early in these rounds. So they're approaching this at a snail's pace. They'll turtle up. They say, let the fights come to us. Kooking's been very willing to bring the fights to them, up to this point anyway. But now it's just a defensive formation. 3 on the A-bomb site, and Hamburger not far away with the rotation as well. So the grenades are going to start to come in very meticulous in just taking back control of T-Con. Oh, Medin sees him at the top of the ladder. He's looking for it. The USP spam shots are going to come in. They're not going to connect, of course. But very spooky. The information gathered, and Hamburg has made his way over here with the Deagle as well. Naro on the way through Khan, but it's just going to be a cleanup with Sarki, at least finding one. But False will close it out with a little 3-piece. And now the game has to get going for Kooking. Their best opportunity yet. It's going to be their first full buy. Caveat, missing a couple of nades on the top of it, but it's enough to work with anyway. It's M4s. It's at least one kid on Naro. So their best opportunity yet to start posting some rounds to keep this game from getting too far away from them. And now the A-Rush simulator comes in. Fast flashes. Over T-Con. Sharkboy with the spam over towards E-Box. Hamburger's got way too much pressure on him. And Chroma with the double kill, finding the second into Z as well. And just like that, it looks like it's going to be a pretty clean conversion. Les Kicking's got something to say about it. The spray on the first is going to come through and over onto Sandwich as well. Naro actually finds it from Z. So brings us into a 3 versus 3 with positions more or less known. Kooking going back out for a second. And Sarky finding one from camera as well, leaving Sharkboy on 6 HP with it all to do. The pace crawls to a halt. The upshot of these early plays, you trade down into these low man situations, and he's got a lot of time to cook and allow Kooking to stumble in their positioning. Sonaro, mindful of a potential Z walkthrough, he's at least in position and close enough to catch any potential pushes after the bomb does go down on the B bomb site. And Sharkboy gets spotted out over at the oil tanker, so they know more or less where he is. It's just a matter of narrowing these positions down and getting the clean trade. The spacing isn't pristine, but Sarky's going to find the kill anyway. And with the kit on Naro, it'll be enough for Kooking to at least post a second round. Don't troll the defuse, brother. But the money's still really solid for Demolition. At least for one more buy to come out. It's going to shake out to be a really important round for both sides here. You look at the money on both sides. Loser is going to be in really rough shape. And a heavier presence toward Ivy at the start of this round here for Demolition. And it's just going to be a crawl. With Sarky playing a little bit more towards back 6 and over towards Hell as well. Might not be ready for the creep up, and Medin's going to find the first opening completely clean. And they'll get control of this high hall, and this is such an awkward position for the CTs to be in here. Naro's got so much to worry about over on the B side, any potential flank coming in through CT. It's looking like that's where this round is going to end up. Bomb on the back of Obesity making its way through the Brown Hall. And the wrap over onto B site through CT spawn. And a response has to come in here sooner or later for Kooking. Sonaro taking control of back B, pulling attention away from Hambuga, but he's just going to miss the timing. As the bomb carrier is making his way onto back B, oh, that's critical. Naro's going to find one in the back, but he's got so much pressure on him now. And with the spot coming in from CT, Hambuga activates once again. Walking into the brown hole. Oh, he doesn't see him! He doesn't see him 4x3, but he does find the dink. And if nothing else, gives his team a winnable retake. Jord going to go down inside of Zcon. And Hambuga position known, kicking less so. Obesity, it's a clean peek. He just spots the leg out. Hits the 180, but False is there to clean it up, and it's a 4th round for Demolition. Oh, that's so brutal. Hambuga missing the timing there, and I mean, there's no way to know that, really. Does a good job regardless, activating once again with a push through, well, I want to call it ladder, long dog, I guess. Upon Naro taking contact over towards the B site. But leave that round in the past. We're live in the 7th, and it's looking like we're back to the Rush A simulator. Hambuga and Jord, what have you got for us? You got 5 7s. You got a face full of lead as Medin finds a very quick 3-piece. Go ahead and make it the 4th as well. Why not? Will they let this man search for his ace? Times like these, I wish I could run back the replay on that. That was a very fast sequence. As Medin finds 4 and Demolition a 5th. Instant smokes coming out once again for Sandwich and Camera. More for conditioning purposes, it would appear on this round. Chrome's still going to go fishing. The counter flash from the CTs, really, really solid. And Jord secures the 5 versus 4. Man advantage. Naro is on a bit of an island over here as he's got 4 Ts working their way through the brown hall. Ready to pounce. And it's similar situation to the previous round. Sans the CT flank as Hamburg is going to look to activate off of Naro's contact. The rotation in from Kooking is good. The shot from Falses as well, but Kooking again with the double kill. Medin's found space over towards Oil. He'll at least find the frag back onto Jord. And Trade's going back out. We're down to a 1 versus 1 here. As Obesity's got no idea where Sarki's at. Knows he's an A player generally. So got to be mindful of the flank for the time being. And Sarki playing this very, very slowly. So Obesity doesn't know what he doesn't know, but gets to dictate the pace on this 1 versus 1. But he might just wind up walking right into the angle. The timing just missed by Sarki. That might actually play to his advantage, though, as 15 seconds on the clock. Obesity's got to tap this. So the bomb will go down. And Sarki knows that there's multiple angles he can't be, but oh, just missed the timing as Obesity walks under him. Not mindful of the possibility of walking up on Oil. Was ready for him to swing the crosshair to the right eventually upon dropping in. And it's going to be a 1 versus 1 victory for Obesity in a huge round. As Kooking Eric again, Kooking that is, in just a terrible position with the economy here. Kooking. Good opener. The 2 T's crawling forth on the icon. He's got to be mindful of the guy over on his left. But slipping into the A site are Demolition. The spray is belabored due to the aim punch, but the kill is going to come through for Kooking. And the spam down onto the 5-7 as well. Very nearly nets a third. But it's just Kooking all alone. The aim punch not going to favor him this time around as Obesity will find his third on the round. And looking like a technical pause as Hamburger is dropped from the server. So, a quick breather. In light of it being an online tournament, an opportunity potentially for Kooking to talk things over. No match history on this map, as far as I've seen anyway for these guys. But some very sharp shooters and a very strong mind for Counter-Strike in the form of Kooking. So you see that they're kind of figuring things out as they go. Jord getting obliterated by those nades on round 2 or 3 or so. Hasn't walked into them again since. And figuring out the rotations as they go as well. It's just a matter of lack of reps on the map is what we've seen so far anyway. Just narrowly missing out on some of these timings and not being mindful of some of the repositions that could come out in these low man situations. So to be sure, not a great start. But they keep it chill. They know. Not our map pick. Possibly not a map we intended to play at all in this series. Something they could have been looking to ban. I'm still not sure. Because Kooking's a very smart fella. He is also a little bit of a troll. So I don't know if that bit about Sarki cooking the veto was real or not, but is what it is, man. You got to play the cards that you're dealt. And George just getting... his hand's just bricking. Round after round. Hamburger at least trying to fight back with the double kill. And the man advantage will actually wind up in the favor of Kooking. And Sarky with a play through the smoke is going to find the double kill. So quick as you like, they at least post a third. But so much money to be had for Demolition. It's going to be buys for the remainder of the half. And the vibes on this version of Train are quite different. I mean, I've remained of the opinion that the map will skew more and more CT-sided as the CTs learn how to play the game, and ideally we get an economy update that makes it such that they can play the game. But you get 4 or 5 rounds at a pistol, and it might be enough, and Hamburger and Jord going to put up a very good effort in trying to make it happen. Chroma getting caught with the nade out. And after a brawl on the A site, a 1 versus 2 for Obesity to try to piece together once again. He's already had 1 clutch in this map for Demolition. The second would be huge, monumental. Kicking posted up on the E-box, and the shot doesn't wind up connecting, and a little bit of the spam coming through as well. Obesity once again is in a position where he's got a lot of time to work with on this. So the reposition is going to come through for both players on either end of that last engagement. Kicking. Is he going to get caught? Just barely the timing gets missed for Obesity to spot him out. A rescope could prove fatal by giving away the sound cue in this angle. They're just not aware of it. Oh, the lineup comes through, but the second shot of Sarky does not. The 180 comes out very nearly a second clutch for Obesity. But thankfully for Kooking, in spite of it coming down to a 1 versus 1, it's looking like the buy will at least be solid regardless. Naro, is there a rifle on the ground for him? Or okay, Famos comes out. See, even in the face of heavy economic damage, they're still able to get something of a buy going in. And I talked about learning lessons. Jord runs right into the nades once again. Base Leaf says the big caster. You already know, brother. The biggest caster who never streams or guests. So T-Con control gained. And sound cues. Giving them some information on the positions of Demolition, but the peek into Long Dog will only be good for the 1 versus 1. But between that and the information on the players over in T-Con, Kicking's making the commitment. He's rotating over towards the A-bomb site. And the pace is just slow enough from Demolition that Kooking, despite the man disadvantage, will at least be in a position to try to fight it out. Bomb very likely committing into the site at this point. Swing out from Long Dog. Together with T-Con, the break on the Hellsmoke is going to draw Medin's attention away, allowing Naro to get at least 1 for the bomb train, but trade it out. So Kicking left in a 1 versus 3 with the hop pushing through the smoke. So close. But will not quite take it there, as that's going to leave us at a 4-8 score on the half. And again, I spoke a little bit on the sidedness of this train, or the lack thereof, really. But not an insurmountable scoreline. If Kooking is able to convert the pistol, get a clean second round conversion on top of that as well. That's really probably the biggest reason that scoreline wasn't much closer on that second half, is just getting reset on the second round. And some good clutch moments as well, but I mean, you could see them figuring out the rotations as they were playing out that CT side as well. Really, I would call it slightly better than what the scoreline suggested for Kooking. So despite no map history on the thing, we may yet have a game on our hands here. Based Leaf, how you doing, buddy? Iggy Guy, are you still on a team? Currently, no, I'm not. If I was, I would probably be playing in this league right now, actually. This is OSS Season 8, Off Season Shenanigans. You have the ESCA League, which is the main competitive league. And in between the seasons, there's usually about a month-long off-season for most of the teams, unless you're going very deep in the playoff section of those ESCA seasons. The wonderful people over at OSS put together this community tournament a couple of years ago at this point, and are now in their 8th season. And going into the 9th, we'll even have Valve ranking enabled on all these things as well, so these teams will be playing for a little bit more than just the prize pool, which is awesome to see. Anything to break up the hegemony of team play, but I mean, we've got similar scenes to what we saw in the first pistol round as well, with this heavy push into the back B hall, and it's going to result in some trades. Belabored, but Naro's actually going to find the kill with the Glock. Sharkboy completely biffing it on the dualies. So Kooking in a great position to do as mentioned previously. Give themselves a way back into this map 1. Not their map pick, mind you. By converting this pistol round. There's some weirdness with the timings here at Icon as Kooking was making his way out of it. Both CTs coming from this direction. But between Sarky and Kooking, they've got it well covered enough anyway, and Sarky finding that shot as well is going to leave Chroma all alone, position unknown. But no kit, and the time ticking. The first shot will come through onto Kooking. But I mean, the bomb starts ticking away. The chirp changes, and he knows there's no time for it. It's just a matter of running away, saving the Kevlar. He might not even manage to do that. I'm not sure what the bomb radius is like on this version of Train. Yeah, he'll get out of there. It's a consolation, a cheap helmet for the next round, but Kooking with a very important pistol conversion. So 5 MP9s to come out for the CT side. And we aren't going to see a mirror matchup of the previous half with the latter player, Chroma, getting blown up by a couple of HEs. But what we'll see is some fast play from Obesity and Medden. And actually, he's going to go all the way around the world. Pushes through back B, down pop, and rotates back around to the B-bomb site. Crazy work, but leaves them in a position where maybe they're not fully ready for him on this angle. And it's going to be the crossfire on the MP9s, absolutely chewing them to shreds. Medden and Obesity each posting one more towards the back hall, and Hamburger found out at T-Con. So a foothold thought to be found for Kooking Esports. It slipped out from under them. As Kooking never going to be ready for Sharkboy in that corner. It's going to be, once again, winning the pistol round and failing to convert the second. And it's just crippling for Kooking. So important to get those over the line. And ideally with numbers up as well. Now it is a minor consolation, I guess, that you're on the T side. You get to dictate the pace a little bit more. The lack of grenades is not quite as crippling as you would think it for the CT side. But as the kids say, I think I'm coping right now. In the face of a really rough situation, and Sharkboy's just looking to shove it in their faces. Double kill on the AK. Stolen away from them on the last round. Looking for the third as well. Won't go fishing for it too hard. Doesn't want to give Kooking away back into this round. Flashing console for the culture. No IPs leaked. Bridge. Chroma. Going to be close to T-Con. You actually get shadow advantage in that spot. That's kind of crazy. But a fast trade comes in from Naro. But very little to do for Sarky here. But to fall to the AK of Shark Boy. 4-piece from Ivy. Demolition playing into another eco from Kooking Esports as well. It's looking like they're just going to be running away with the game here. Of course, that's why we love this game. It can turn on its head on a dime at a moment's notice. But not looking likely as it stands right now. Medin thinking he's going to get tested with the El Clasico, a little bit of a B-rush, but it's actually the rush through Long Dog. The CT Molly is not real, and it cannot hurt you, says Hambuga. But Shark Boy's AK can, unfortunately enough. So, just about as quickly as it started, this A-rush is completely stopped, as Jord will get one more on the way out, but it's 11-5 for Demolition, and Kooking are really on the back ropes here. And it's really the same situation as last half, man. Like, it's a buy. You have rifles. But 3 smokes, 1 flashbang, 1 Molotov, 1 HE. That's all you're working with for Kooking Esports here. It's like, put a sight together with that hit. With 1 flashbang. There it is. Flies out overhead. Hambuga goes down to Chroma. And yeah, they're just farming here at this point. Getting absolutely stuffed in T-Con. The spray, desperate coming through. It's not desperate at all, really. It's calm and collected. The USP spam it is as well. He's really hunting for this ace here. And Jord, what do you do if you're in this situation, man? It's not even like you're on match point. Can't even kill yourself for the lulz. You have to try to squeeze water from stone and get something out of this. First shot. Good on to Chroma. Ace denied. A little more economic damage was what he was hunting for, but False will close it out. And 7 match points to cook with for Demolition. And at nothing, really, for Kooking as far as the money goes. You're looking at Galil's, you're looking at Deagles, Tech 9s, Mac 10s if you want to get goofy with it. Jord opting for the Mac 10 reconsiders. But and Hambuga with the negative. He's having fun with it at this point. What else can you do? Oh, I could lament on Kicking's behalf being in positions like this before as a caller. It's just so difficult to try to put something like this together. Yeah, just go Rush B. To hell with it. Get it over with or see what you can cook with. Hambuga will at least post 1 with the negative. It's a moral victory if nothing else, as Kicking is left alone. Nothing to do. He's nodding his head. He knows which way this is likely going to go. The first frag will come through onto Shark Boy. And I mean, he's got a little bit of time to work with. There is room to throw this for Demolition. But I mean, they've done such a good job in these late round odd numbered positions of just slowing the pace down and not overcomplicating it. So the double up setup inside of Z. And obesity is just the tripwire in case there's any flanking shenanigans coming out from CT. Really, the only way back in is Chroma getting caught off on a timing here. And Kicking. Having the shot come in without losing a ton of health in the process. I mean, sooner or later, he does have to pick up the pace on this a little bit with 35 left on the clock. But, I mean, Chroma's ready for this. The shot, it's a little belabored, but obesity will actually come in and steal it from him. He'll find the 4K. And with that, Demolition's going to go up 1-0 on their own map pick. And it's a 13-5 scoreline. It kind of looks like Kooking got absolutely cooked. But potentially you could make the argument that it was a lot closer than the scoreline implied. It was just so tough. It was so tough. Kooking, they win both pistol rounds, and on both halves, they lose the second round conversion. It's like you will be setting yourself up for failure 99 times out of 100 if that's how your second rounds are going to go for you. But at any rate, we're going to have a short break before we get into the second map here. Go ahead, grab some water, get yourself refreshed, do what you got to do. But don't go far because it's OSS Season 8, it's Kooking versus Demolition, and we'll be back with Map 2 shortly. Okay, so a light technical problem I'm running into right now. The spectator IP for map 1 is not the same as the server for map 2. I'm trying to get in contact with the admin so that I can actually get us into the game. Map 2 is ancient. It's Kooking's pick. And basically, we're going off of even less detail than the HLTV scorecast as it stands right this second. It looks like Demolition won the first pistol round. The scoreboard says 1-0 anyway. So, looking to get in contact with the admins ASAP. But we'll be back in game as soon as I can get in game. Okay, we're back in it. Unfortunately, can't tell you anything about how it went down, but the pistol round is going to go to Demolition, and looks like our boy Bustinut is back in the server for map 2. So the substitute no longer coming in. Medin is out, Busta is in, and we are in to map 2 of this best of 3. It's OSS Season 8, it's Kooking Esports, it's Demolition. Believe this is a 2-1 game, if memory serves. And it's going to be the burst onto the B bomb site early on to the round here as Kooking are trying to do what was done to them twice in the first map, in stealing away the second round after losing the pistol. But Kooking is going to go down at the bottom of the ramp, and the retake coming in. Bustinut and Chroma going to be looking to clean it up, and eventually the frags will come in. The defuse as well. And that's not your Discord, it's mine. Hang tight, don't mind me. Okay. Sorry about that little hiccup, fellas, but at any rate, we're back into it. We get to see what Kooking has cooked for us. And it's going to be off the back of the frags coming in on the second round. The Kooking is going to be opting for the force buy again on this third round here. Hamburg goes up fast with the Mac 10. Shark Boy's not going to be ready for it. It was really, really impactful on map 1 for Demolition. Early on in this game here will be tested a little bit harder. And the hit is going to be coming in towards the A bomb site, but it's slow enough that it's somewhat telegraphed. And the CTs will have multiple bodies in position to try to make something happen here. Obesity might just be walking right into the crosshair of Nero, but actually the timing is not going to work out for him. He'll go 1 for 1 at least and leave his team with a winnable position. A 4 versus 3 in the favor of Kooking. And the double kill. Oh, it's a team kill, actually. Obesity taking out Chroma right before getting dropped by Hamburger. And Busta coming in cold. Was not there for the slaughtering on map 1. A lot asked of him in this round, and he will not be able to deliver as Jordan's going to find the last frag and the first round thus far for Kooking. So some force by wars to be had here. As 2 of the M4s are going to come out, and the full force for Demolition. 3 of their members being more or less double ecoed. So we'll see if they've got something in store. The HE is quite good onto Naro. Mac 10's going to be up fast, and mid control is basically completely taken as well, but this is telegraphed. Groma and Busta will have enough sound to at least know that this is coming. The former turning around. The latter maintaining control of A main. But Kooking's got basically all of the map control right now. Looking like they want to set up a bit of a wrap into the B site. Sarki is going to be receiving the push into the ramp. A couple of 5-7s. And Naro actually looking to trade it out, but he's going to go down. Hardly even a point of damage to be had. And Sarki down to the Glock will get dropped. And just like that, a couple of guns recovered for Demolition here. Hamburger with a big entry to try to call it back in for Kooking Esports. But this could get really ugly here if the bomb gets found out. But Kicking's so ready for it. The second, maybe not so, though. Oh, they were mindful of it. The quick step is made, and that's a huge misstep from False. So Busta is going to be able to at least recover the M4 and run away, but strange. It seemed that Kicking was almost not ready for the second one to be in there. But maybe the call was made as Jordan was really, really fast to react in light of that quick step, and it didn't seem like he was close enough that it would be super loud for him anyway. I mean, Sarki gets caught out here outside of the B door. He spots the 2. They're walking back. Kicking finds this first kill right here. And I don't know if he's thinking, like, maybe the guy's playing a little bit further back and, like, trying to make some plays up the ramp. But he, like, completely turns this back to this area where, at least on paper, they know where he is. And just books it into the B site with crosshair, like, towards the site as if he might be coming up the ramp or something like that. So, who knows? But end of the day, it's a conversion for Kooking. And that's a big deal. It was something that they were struggling with on map 1. And a key ingredient for Chef Kicking to give us something a little bit stronger for the rest of this best of 3. Slightly delayed pop coming out into middle. Trades going 2 for 1 for the time being. And Bust a Nut forced back into Donut. It's such a vulgar name, but it's fun to say. Sharkboy with the MP9. That's crazy. Finding the double kill down mid. And the bomb completely dropped as well. They're not ready for this lurk from Jord, though. This could get really, really weird. It's just a matter, is Sharkboy even considering this as a possibility upon the smoke fade? And it doesn't look like he is. Busta posted up towards CT. Mindful of the one player over there. Potentially going for some kind of lurk, but Naro in the precise opposite direction. Your crosshair is not in the right place, buddy. It's going to go down to Busta, but the bomb is at least going to be able to be recovered by Jord. Belated, but he gets there. And he's got enough time to let Busta stew on this a little bit. Let him overthink it, overcomplicate it. But there's really nothing complicated about it at all. The Molotov is going to go down. He's going to buy himself the space to be able to get the plant down on the B-bomb site. Gambling that Busta's not over towards long. And the spot on the cross confirms it. Fiddling a little bit with the HE. It's going to land right behind his head. But the M4 will be able to close it out. And it seems like for the first time in this best of 3, Kooking Esports, for the time being, is in the advantageous position on the economy. Aggro moves into A main. Jordan on the exile angle and Kooking providing cover spots. One of the pistols taking a peek in, but this is really well put together. As Kooking will fully flush out Sharkbow with the flash. That's the one primary weapon gone for the CTs here. And echoes of the previous round. We're walking down ramp once again looking for the information. Headshot angle. Naro's there. Not quite connecting, but I mean the information is gathered. That at least tells Kooking. Bringing the bomb over towards the A-bomb site. Probably going to be the move. Hamburger. This could get a little weird. But realistically, a pretty clean conversion for Kooking to try to bring this to a fourth. The plant is going to go down. False is trying to do some shenanigans through the smoke. But it won't be False, but Busta to find at least one swinging out from Donut. Jord will clean it up, though, with a nice little double kill. Ping Cast. What up, Gangarang? What's up, brother? Dude, it's a good day to watch some Counter-Strike, man. How's it going? Real and true, our game is in 20. Are you playing? Are you casting? I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't know if I got another best of 3 in me tonight. Casting. Hell yeah, brother. I will, I might hit you with a raid with, like, my 3 followers. My 3 people watching this stream, with you being 2 of them. Demolition could be worse as far as the buy goes. They at least have all of the nades that they want coming into this round anyway, but basically $0 is going to be carried over, and George's actually going to go down to the Molotov. We run a really good show. It'll be at Foxtrot. Okay, bet. Yeah, I'll check it out, man. Oh, are you System? I don't recognize that username. I was talking to System prior to this game anyway. Said he was going to hop in. Not me. Okay, okay. Well, fair enough. But yeah, man, regardless, I'll check it out. Really, really cool that we have events like this. Where it's kind of it's a community effort to be able to cover all of these games. And, I mean, yeah, there's some throws. There's some silly business. But, I mean, main and advanced teams can still play some really good counter. Several of these guys, at least half, know what they're doing. Kooking knows what he's doing with that AWP, but the first shot is not going to connect anyway. But the space given and the A site taken. As Chroma's going to clear out red, verify that there's nobody there. Likely path back to Donut if they opt to attempt this retake, but it could just be the call-off. Seems like they're fishing for it. At least the possibility that Kooking might give them away back into this retake. Obesity going to find one, and the trade out comes on from False as well. Kooking in the 1 versus 2, and he's got information on both of the players now after the spam comes in from Donuts. So posted up on the first angle, the shot on the arm, not quite going to come through. And these shots have to start connecting sooner or later. That's a good one to hit onto Chroma. But the gap going to be closed, the no-scope. Not quite there. And False, he doesn't have a kit. He's got to book it. He's got to grab the op. Oh, he's delayed it too long, man. He's going to die to the bomb more than likely. So Kooking the op shots, only one connecting. False will at least get away with his life anyway, but not able to grab the op. And I mean, yeah, it's an economic loss, but look at the money for Kooking. Even after the buys come out, 7,100, 6,800. On 2 other guys anyway, 2,800 still remaining on Nara. They're completely fine. Still more or less in the driver's seat for the time being. But yeah, Ping, I'll come check it out after this game. Hamburger on the crawl. He'll get spotted on the cross. And the smoke to block vision coming out. The rotation from Karma to cover. They're mindful. that he may have made his way up into the red room, and Jord's got one too many targets on his screen as Sharkboy swinging with the MP9, and Hamburger found out on the lurk as well. This is just a little bit disjointed. Too many things trying to go on all at once here for Kooking. They're smoked out at the B door as well, so even trying to recover the map control is going to be belated, but catching on the timing, perhaps. I mean, Falls is going to be so ready for this. The first two headshots are going to come in. Doesn't quite connect on the third, but Chroma's got the trade. And I spoke of the economic control for Kooking, but it's crazy how fast that can dissipate. That's a big round win for Demolition to bring home. And keeping the numbers up more or less as well. A more passive approach on mid here. A lot of belated pops. Seems like a little bit of a fake over towards the B bomb site, and it's going to be at least half successful in drawing the rotation out, but Sharkboy thinks better of it, actually. The space has been foregone in mid, and Kooking are happy to walk it into Donut here. Enough time elapsed that the smoke comes down onto Donut from the CTs. They aren't sure where exactly the hit is going to come in, but the draw from the fake long since dissipated at this point. But this is where, if you're a CT, you can get a little bit antsy here. Maybe searching for a little bit of information, but it's actually going to be the pop coming out from Donut before they even have the opportunity to make any such mistakes. And speaking of mistakes, nade out, Hamburger caught, kicking as well, dropped from red. The plant isn't even going to go down here. Les Naro can pull something magical out of the hat for us. It's the first two kills, and he's got a little bit of time to play with. Jumped up onto the box here, but the bomb, well, within the sights of False, and the headshot is as well. So just like that, Demolition have strung three together. And the money remains fragile in light of coming down to a 1v1 and False closing out it for them. But they'll find themselves in control potentially once again as Kooking Esports are going to be down to Deagles and Tech9s. It's going to be the lurk smoke coming out instantly over towards the B-bomb site. Maybe something fast here, but the HE grenades, oh, they're going to chew them up. Hamburger destroyed, Jord burned. And Obesity cleaning the rest up with a rifle as well. A little bit of help from False. It'll be a fast fifth. And what do you do with the limited utility that Kooking's dealing with here? You opt for something a little bit faster. Is that a missed cave smoke? That's really rough. Won't wind up affecting things, but I mean, that shakes your confidence even if you're going for a play like that and you see the nades are missing the basic stuff. Those kind of things can snowball into second guessing whether things will land actually as they're supposed to in subsequent rounds. Jord is good for the one. It's a fast headshot. But False does a great job trading it out. Is he mindful of the walk up onto ramp? He is. The flick over. Chroma helps him out. He'll finish it off on both kills, really. And Kicking, he's got information on two of the CTs, and he's got space up towards Donut. So a potential 1 versus 1 here with Shark Boy. Might give him a way back into the round. Or he could get a little bit creative with it, maybe walking up into CT. But no, he's going to be diligent clearing all of this out. He wants to clear out Temple before going for the plant, and will do so. And that's going to draw the rotation over for both of the CTs coming in through CT. Spawn. And the step is going to come through. Kooking, entertaining the possibility of a walk through CT, but realizes he doesn't have the time for it. The lineup almost comes through. But Busta comes off of the defuse. And we'll secure the round. Don't throw your guns away yet, buddy. You got one more to go. You got one more to go, and it's not a great one for Kooking. Just based off of the bye. It's really just been economic woes as the overarching theme of this best of three. There's also the not small factor that I believe both teams are playing with a stand-in. Cameron for Kooking Esports was in the chat earlier. Jord used to be starting roster on the team, but I believe he's been benched, and Cameron has been playing in his place since then anyway. So, I mean, still some really sharp shooters on this team. They can make it work even in spite of that. And, I mean, it's not like you're starting from zero because Jord has played with these guys before. He played under Kooking for several seasons. But the hit is going to be coming in towards the B bomb site. No BCD and false. Actually only good for the 2 for 2. So space gained, but that spam is just absolutely brutal onto Jord. The plant denied. Oh, no way you go back in for the second one, right? Did he spot Hamburger crossing over towards the post? Maybe not. Doesn't seem like he's fully mindful of it, but Kooking is going to go down in the meantime, and Hamburger's got it all to do. Too many targets. Had he found Chroma, it would have been a bullet in the back of the head. In short order. And it's going to be 7-5. It seemed like Kooking had a way back into the series, or were taking control actively after getting their first on the first rifle round. But just as quickly as their lead amassed, it collapsed. It was demolished, you might say. Sorry. But at any rate, coming into the second half here, pistol rounds and the second conversions have been key throughout the series for Kooking. So another chance to once again take control. You win pistol, you win the second, score is even, to your advantage, and you're back in the game. But back on the B bomb site shenanigans are Demolition. It's going to be the fast flying up. The flashes aren't going to be hitting Jord tucked into the corner, and the frags early on favoring Kooking. Jord's going to be doubling up and swinging for the fences, looking for the third, but not necessary, as Kooking will clean it up with the double kill of his own. And the pistol rounds have not been the hard part, so we'll see if this second round is able to come through for Kooking. Sarki and Nora opting for no utility. And no force buy from Demolition. Meaning that for the first time in this best of three, and Kooking won both pistols on train, but in both cases failed to convert the second, but for the first time in this best of three, they'll do so. Sarki getting a 4K in the process as well. And as aforementioned, scores evened up. Kooking's got the op. Couple of MP9s at a FAMA, sure. But Demolition still not on a great buy here, in light of the utility being a little bit lacking. So maybe ready for a little bit more of a fast play. Kooking with a potential on the op to punish as well. And it's their best opportunity yet to give us something on this best of three. It's just going to be the straight up A rush, man. And Kooking's going to hear the steps. Oh, he's not registering. It might be too little too late as the smoke is going to come out on the donut. The flashbang behind the sight box swings through, blinds himself, and he's going to go down. Brutal scenes here. As Demolition, they had almost nothing coming into this round. But the trade's going to start to come back in anyway. Sarky, that's a huge double kill to find. And the third identified over towards the red box as well. But Chroma's done so much from the back plat. Double kill into the temple and quick as you like. Kooking Esports mopped up. Oh, and you're kicking yourself if you're... no pun intended. If you're in Kooking's position there. You hear the rush coming in. It registers a half second too late. And just like that. Opting to swing through with the AWP and just giving it away. Easy Demolition win. I mean, Kooking's got some shooters, man. I wouldn't write them off just yet. Still 5 to bring it over the line for Demolition. But they've put themselves in prime position. Having created a lead and looking to extend it. But it's going to be fast play from multiple angles. The elbow push and the A-main push coming through for Kooking. And immediately, it's a 4 versus 2. And Naro hearing this push over towards the B site. Oh, that's so brutal with Chroma getting caught with the nade out. And Shark Boy would have loved a real crack at that 1 versus 4. But Sarky there to close it. And we go 8-8. And we go with Demolition being once again in a really rough spot economically. Now, Kooking, you had the situation on the first half. You strung together 5 in a row on the T side. And before the half was over, it evaporated. But, hey, you string 4 in a row here. On top of the first, and that's at least overtime guaranteed, right? Jord fully blinded, spamming wildly, trying to catch the Tech 9, swinging into his crosshair. The timing isn't going to quite work out, and he doesn't have the bullets for it. And Naro doesn't have the eyeballs to find out these kills, but as soon as the flashbang fades, it's a quick double. And OBCD going to be going down as well. Hamburger cleaning up from house. The fast play doesn't wind up panning out for Demo. If on the off chance you've just joined us not too long ago, it's Off Season Shenanigans. It's Season 8. It's, I believe, a 2 versus 1 match. Playing for playoffs are Kooking Esports and Demolition. This is Map 2, Kooking's pick after Train went the way of Demolition. And Kicking, looking to assert himself on his own pick. Destroy Shark Boy through the corner of the wall, and Sarky isn't going to stop pushing through A-main here. He's got 2 kills. He's identified the bomb as well. Hamburg is going to give 1 back through house, and Sarky as well. Oh, you hate to see that. I mean, the numbers are even back up here. A 90% round slips back to something closer to maybe like a 60-40, something like that. I thought it was a 3v3 for a moment there. But Busta and Chroma will try to see if they can piece this together. But Kicking's in the right spot for it. He actually wants to get a little bit deeper on this, and this could get hairy if he gets caught off on the timing, but the shadow is spotted. And the first kill as well. Busta's going to go down. The nade's good for a little bit of chip damage. Will help one of the rifles potentially finish it off if the kill does come through, and it does. So Chroma, low HP, low time. To plant a good consolation prize if he's able to get it, but Gnarl swings wide. He's actually knocked him down to 1 HP. And Chroma has got himself a 1 versus 1. He's on for the 4K. And the spam is actually going to come in from A-main. He knows where the last player is. And he's got... Oh, he's just picked up an entire belt of utility in CT spawn. How does that even happen? Bomb planted for him. And he calls the bluff on the first tap. Jord, desperate to close this out. The Molotov comes out. But the frag will as well. And Jord's got more than enough time and more than enough HP to run through the CT Molotov and find the defuse. The incendiary grenade is not real and it cannot hurt you, says he. They recover the up. And the plant. I mean, it's not nothing for Demolition here. It's actually going to be enough to enable the force buy. It looks like they're choosing to go for it. But has to be said, advantage Kooking for map 2. All 5 players for Demolition making their way over towards the B-bomb site with the lurk smoke coming down as well. It could get hairy. Could get a little bit crazy over towards B. Naro's good for the first. And tucking in his Jord inside of cave. They'll get the plant, but... Oh, is OBCD crashed? No, he's here. He's here. Just posted up on the door cross, but Jord... Or excuse me, Hambuga will find the kill. And Chroma once again left in a clutch scenario. This one far harder than the first, and Sarki's not even going to give him the opportunity to go for one. And I mean, we just look at the rounds here. It's 3 bomb plants. It's not like they're failing to get onto the bomb sites, but you got to close one of these rounds out sooner or later. And Kooking have built up enough money, enough economy, that a single round loss aren't going to break them here. The pace slows on this 20th round of play. And Demolition have foregone control of lane for the time being. They've at least put enough effort back into it to get the information that the CTs aren't pushed down. But your utility's going to be looking really, really scant at this point. And I mean, as Chroma uses his one flashbang as well. It leaves Shark with the sole flashbang to try to put together a site hit here for Demolition. If they walk right into the op of kicking, the boost is actually going to come out. He may not spot this immediately. He will spot the shoulder of the third player over towards the back. And oh, the bomb spotted on the bomb carrier. The shot is going to come through on the AWP, but it's going to be a tag through the wall. So no kill confirmed. Hamburger will get his, though. And Jordan's actually spamming straight through the CT smoke will find one as well. The plant, it's not safe to put it down here for Demolition, and man disadvantage as well. This is really, really tough to try to piece together, especially if Kicking's going to be hitting a shot like that as well. And I mean, with 5 seconds left on the clock here, the plant has to go down here. It has to go down, but just like that, I mean, Busta's all on his own. Naro pushing through the smoke will find a double. And the match point for Kooking to try to take us to a third here. So Desperado, it looks to be for Demolition as we're flying out through the mid-smokes here. And straight into Donut, straight into Sarky's skull. Does the false bullet fly? And it's quick control onto the A-bomb site. But Kicking able to play a little bit of duck hunt, long range with the AWP here. And it's just evaporating for Demolition. Hamburger will clean him up with the double kill. And it's going to take us to a third map. 13-8, Kooking Esports get it over the line. So with that being said, very nice map across the board for the fellas. And we will go to the third. It is going to be Mirage to close us out here. So a strong map for both teams. And really anybody's game as we go into the third. So once again, we're going to have a few minute break before we go into the third map. Don't go far. We'll be back shortly. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, Kooking Esports closes out their own map pick of Ancient 13-8. And we've got ourselves a decider on our hands on Mirage, a strong map for both teams. A very fun game. If you're just now joining us, my name's Iggy. I like to yap about Counter-Strike from time to time. And luckily, we have a lot of lovely people that have put together Off Season Shenanigans in between the ESEA seasons. And it's proven to be a great recurring tournament series with a strong mix of teams. From ECL down to the upper bounds of IM anyway. And we have two such cases here on the server with us. Kooking Esports, Advanced, Demolition, and Main. Both very strong teams. Both teams I've scrimmed before. And I don't think Demolition killed that team that I was scrimming with as hard as Kooking Esports did. Terrible, terrible time me and my boys had on Nuke way back when. Would have loved to see that in this best of 3 here this evening, but not to be. But it's all good. We got Mirage. We got 4 towards the B bomb site. We got Obesity fishing for some information over towards the A site. Maybe a little bit of a fake to be had with the half-build utility. It's successfully going to draw the rotation out from Kicking anyway. And the push up through top middle, Jord. Oh, they've actually completely vacated the B bomb site. And they're going to realize it too little too late. So they'll at least have the man advantage. But the bomb is going to go down. And a good 5 to 10 seconds are going to get ticked off before Kooking is even in position to try to contest this. And no kit either to be had for Kooking Esports. The swing comes out from Shark Boy. Good for the 1-for-1. It's just a matter of playing time at this point. The kills come in would be even better. It's actually going to come down to the 1 versus 1 in Chroma. You just got to play the time here, brother. He knows where the last guy is. The swing comes out. And Naro, it's going to be close. I think he just got on it in time. Oh, barely missed it. Barely missed it. And he got the 3 kill even to try to claw them back into the round. Naro doing such a good job on the shots. But just fully vacating the B bomb site. Off the back of one city utility being thrown at A. The extra time that it took for the rotations to come in gave Demolition just enough to be able to crawl it over the line. And, oh, what is this? Oh, I see. Looked a little strange here. We're actually going to have a little bit of a raid boss setup with Hamburger going to be solo on the M4A1. Nara having gotten the 3-piece, the extra kill reward, it's going to be sufficient to be able to put him up on it. And it will be the crawl coming into the B site. Naro looking to play some goofy shenanigans. Was fishing for a knife kill. Oh, don't do it. Not in the OSS league, man. The double, the triple kill as well. And just like that, he gets the money back that he spent on the M4 anyway. Demolition get it over the line, but not without having a little bit of a heart attack trying to trade that man out. Very nearly the kind of clip you dream of as a Counter-Strike player. Knife the first guy in the back, spray the rest down, you get the defuse. But it'll enable a much more reasonable third round buy for Kooking Esports. Chef Kicking on the scout, and the grenade's a little bit limited. But they'll get the information towards middle. Then not a whole lot is happening here early. Sarky, are you going to be ready for this crawl? This exec actually going to be coming out from ramp. The pop, a bit belated relative to the smokes first coming in. And it's going to give Kooking some time to rotate in towards CT. 4 members, maybe call it a 5th as Jord is eyeballing the possibility of making his way there as well. He's going to stay in jungle for now. The flash over CT spawn and the swing will identify that the retake is almost entirely coming in from one direction. 3 CT spotted. And Jord found out over towards jungle, maybe overplaying the hand. Jumping on it a little bit too early. Oh, the spam through the box is actually going to come through kicking. That's an insane frag to find. But the jump up onto the balcony might just prove to be sufficient. The spray is belabored and the USP is going to have to come out. Shark Boy's actually going to find the kill. A nice triple on the round. A little close there in the end, but Demolition firmly in control to start us off on this third map here. And by throwing that Molotov into window, Obesity earlier today could have saved Donk from having some choice words for NA Counter-Strike. But had to save it for the OSS League, man. It's going to be a quick little eco round mop-up. Sarky finding the walkout on the timing. Or getting found on the walkout, rather. By false. That statement was false. Naro's 5-7. Might have been the truth, but opportunity missed. And Chroma will close it out. With 5 alive as well, that's very, very solid footing for Demolition to just keep the ball rolling into this half. So a fourth to be had for Demolition. And actually a pick flying out of the ramp is false. And he's made his way over to Tetris as well. He's just dumping his entire utility belt, trying to make a racket, drag as much attention as he can. Same vibe as the pistol round, but Naro isn't going to bite as hard as they did in that round. And Jord actually from the Cat is going to find a very convincing double. And now just has to tuck in, kicking, looking for the now lone Shark Boy on the cross, but Naro pushing into the smoke will actually find the kill. And that's really, really solid work from the 2B defenders to hold it together for Kooking. And the fact that they keep 4 alive through that round as well means that they're in a position to try to fight back for some control of this game. Demolition, still a good buy to be had. Actually just missed the fight over towards the ramp. Sarky will go down. Shark Boy brought low. The flash and the re-clear will come out from Hamburger. And it's actually going to be an investigation up towards middle, potentially. George still mindful of a potential underpass walk. Kooking of the mindset that have to look for some information in this man disadvantage situation. Try to find a way to claw yourself back into this round, but the second flash is so good. Actually, Jord's not going to get spotted immediately, but the trade will come out through the eventual underpass lurk, and the man advantage is going to be maintained for Demolition. Hamburger has had some flashy moments so far in this series. If ever there were a better time to step it up, to try to give his team away into a convincing half, this would be it. 3 from the ramp, 1 from Khan, hovering the crosshair over through the smoke anyway, and the first dink is actually going to come out. Oh, very fast on the second as well. OBCD is going to come down. Bustinut to be traded out, and kicking. The op shot's actually not going to connect the first time around, but the second will. Shark Boy swings wide, and it's going to leave Busta on his lonesome. 10 seconds left. He's got to go for the plant here, but kicking, peeking up with the AWP. The CT Molly's not real, and it can't hurt you. It can't even block off your path. Just swing a little bit wider. It does nothing. Kicking's up, doing something. A nice double kill, and really a sick sequence from Hamburger, doing a really good job to get 2 and stay alive as long as he did there. So it's going to be the force buy from Demolition. And looking like bog standard basic. Double smokes on A. I got one banger to get you guys out, Palace. Full send it. Shark Boy set up on the trade, and it's actually just going to be a clean entry onto Sarky. The break on the smoke will yield nothing for Kicking, and CT's spawn control is actually going to be taken by False as well. Now, there's no flashbangs to follow up on this. Is Jord going to be ready for the fight? He will be. So man advantage going even until Hamburger goes down. Nara trying to claw it back. And I mean, just based off of the gun advantage, you would think Kooking would be able to close this out. Kits on all 3 of the remaining members as well. But going to have to move sooner rather than later here. The time is ticking away from them. And the reroute through Palace could wind up coming up big. But they've just waited so long here. Kicking, he's not even on the bomb yet. The smoke is going to go down, but he's going to get found out through the smoke. And Kicking just took way too long there. Very nearly the knife kill coming out as well. And that's a huge round for Demolition to get over the line. And just like that, Kooking on the back foot. It's an eco. It's a 4-step rifle from the chef himself. And not clear whether or not Sarky actually spotted anybody. He doesn't react as if he did. Perhaps the X-ray playing tricks on us. But OBCDA's AK will not. No trickery here, just headshots. Of course, a little bit of a fight to be had as Kicking's got this M4 back in CT spawn, the one lone rifle, to try to give Kooking away into this round. And it's actually going to be good for 2.5. Very nearly the third there, but Shark Boy finding the spam through the smoke is actually going to be enough to secure the round in all likelihood here as Jord is by his lonesome. Rerouting to try to recover the M4, potentially save it, take it into the next round. But I mean, you know the one player is low here. Surely, you're fighting the urge to do a little bit of fishing here. Getting baited in by the prospect of a 1v2, but obesity to close it out. That might be the first tech pause we've seen all best of 3 come out. It's going to be on the part of Demolition. And they realize they've closed out the previous round. The buy a little rough here, perhaps. And I say a little. It truly is only a little. False on the MAC-10. Everybody else got more or less everything you could want. Just a quick breather. Clarification on the planning for the upcoming rounds. Maybe taking note of some of the tendencies that Kooking has had up to this point anyway. The Hamburger, a very capable player, as we've seen at a couple of points in this best of 3. But often either he or Sarky left on their lonesome over towards the A bomb site. And perhaps we'll see something that reflects that in one of these upcoming rounds. For the time being, though, it's just fast control down middle. And straight up into Khan. Hamburger's going to be ready for that all day long, brother. And Jord, really good swing from Cat as well. Takes out Chroma. But they don't expect the second lurk up Khan. Obesity. Finding one. Looking to trade out his boy on the side guy, but Sarky doing a very good job holding it down, getting a double kill of his own. And Busta's got a 1 versus 3 and some time to cook. He's not in the kitchen, however. Might not even wind up going that way at all. Some campfire cooking. And it's a crawl up toward Cat. We'll have to up the pace at some point here. You can only be so meticulous when the time is working against you. And at this point it is. 20 seconds remaining. And you gotta start making noise at some point, brother. Unfortunately, it's just way too much to clear all at once. And Naro's gonna get the information if nothing else. He'll allow the plant to go down. But swinging out immediately afterward as soon as his boys are there and ready to trade him out. Actually, the spacing is not so good as it initially appeared, but Kooking is going to be able to trade it out. Naro knocking him down to low HP. And the head chef with an important conversion. On the 2 versus 1. A little delay on the defuse. Looking for the op, an AK perhaps. Settling for an AK. I don't think there was actually an op in play in the round. And Demolition, that lead could get away from them in short order here. A rough buy to be had on this round, and that's most of the utility gone within the first 10 seconds. But they've had at least some amount of success getting the initial picks. The fight's coming in through middle. Hamburger going to be ready once again for this run up, but the first frag is not going to come through nearly as cleanly. Actually, it won't come through at all, and Sarki's going to go down inside of the A bomb site. And just like that, Demolition have ran them over. Kooking only good for the 1 versus 1. And Naro, surely, I think you have to concede this. The money is diabolically bad for Kooking Esports, but still he's going to be fishing for it. And actually the dink through the box is going to give him some amount of confidence to go for the fight. The swing is going to come out wide from Sharkboy, catches him with the nade out. Not able to send it downrange with the M4 in time. And Demolition having done such a good job in this series of making the most of these low buy rounds. They really want this, what I would call an upset victory. At least on paper anyway. Even in spite of Kooking playing with a stand-in. Certainly the better ranked team on paper. Demolition have done a really, really good job. On the slow-paced rounds on Train, just being very methodical. And on Ancient and Mirage alike, these low-buy rounds. Just flipping the dynamic of the game on its head with respect to the money at a couple of key points. So it's going to be a convincing 8th for Demolition, and Kooking is going to have one more opportunity to try to bring it to a 4th, but it is, as aforementioned, on Train, right? You get 4, even if you get 3 in the pistol. It can be enough, assuming you're able to convert the second. It's been a challenge at some points in this best of 3. To get the ball rolling, even from the back foot, even the game up. Obesity cheating for sure, by the way. I mean, I'm not going to lie, bro. I saw the name and I thought he was a fat guy. I don't even actively think about these sorts of things in the same way that I might if I was one of the players in the server or reviewing a game after the fact. I mean, I don't know. He's got the Chi House special going on, brother. He's cheating. He's 64 ADR. Come on, man. It's going to be some fights up through middle. The observing, not quite on point in this round. But, I mean, just put the camera on Kooking. You can't go wrong. The man's so sharp on the op, and he's got 3 to start it out immediately. The last player identified it's Shark Boy up through connector. And finding the frag onto Sarky, and the location of the last identified as well. The swing out for bench. Naro is going to convert it. See, it's belabored. It requires some heroics from Kooking, but it's a 4th round to be had. Moves like actual bot, acting as top tier. Have you played this guy? Because I don't know if he played by a different name at some point. I've played these Demolition guys. Like, they're good, but I did not have that impression. I don't specifically remember the OBCD guy. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. That is Debris 2K. That's... He's been around for a minute. Yeah, that is the same guy. I think I've played this. I've scrimmed this exact lineup before. If he's got the card, he's got the card, man. What the fuck are you gonna do? Excuse my French. Oh, Cameron's still in the chat. Are you sweating right now, brother? How are we feeling, man? Yeah, maybe Sarky cooked the veto. You guys got it over the line convincingly on your own map pick. How are we feeling? They're going to take this pistol round? Are we cooking? We're going to have to. It's map 3. Demolition versus Kooking Esports. Demolition looking for an on-paper upset. And Kooking looking to defend their honor, get it over the line on a map that has proven to be strong for them. I don't know, Medem. You were standing in map 1. That's what the accomplished standard would say. No, I'm playing. Yeah, I don't know. I have not seen anything egregious watching through this best of 3. Granted, I'm not looking so much at the crosshairs, but maybe I should be, man. Sarky just running over false. Hard to look at the crosshairs when I'm looking at the minimap, just trying to figure out, okay, where are the kills going to happen? I got to observe, I got to cast. It's a lot going on. Demolition have a lot going on in front of them as well. It's a 2 versus 4, the time ticking away on the bomb. Not looking likely here. It's going to require some heroics, and really it's going to require Kooking to try to hand it away to them by over-peaking, and it's not going to come through. They'll concede it, hang on to the dualies, hang on to the Kevlar, and look to go next. No disrespect to Debris, but he's bad. I mean, hey, man, you said it, not me. It's a Demolition. Opting for the force buy here. Does Obesity see them through the walls? Does he see them on the radar? The flashbang is ready. How well timed will it be? Seems good. Hambuga caught on his own, but he's got a little bit of cover from the rear from Kooking anyway. Just got to tuck in, hold on for Jordan to come through, or maybe not. Just swing wide, clean them all up yourself, brother. Why not? And Kooking, 5 alive on the second run conversion. Of course, as soon as I say that, Caster's Curse, Sarky has to go down to the process. I mean, it's a rough sequence of shots that makes it shake out that way. But the AK is going to be recovered. Hambuga wrapping his way through T-spawn. And eventually, Obesity will get cleaned up. The Demolition have been good for a force buy. Especially so on this third map. One of these low odds rounds. But this time, not opting for it. It's USPs. And Kooking approaching at a snail's pace to this point. The bomb on a slow crawl up towards the catwalk, and a very likely B finish. The nades are going to start to come in here. Busta with it all to do. He's hearing the drop into the apartments. He's screaming, hooting, and hollering for his teammates to give me a rotate, give me something. All he's got is one dink with the USB. And bomb goes down and enough nades to continue to block it off. Not even really much to save beyond a couple of deagles. They're just playing for economic damage at this point, which they might do. Shark Boy spots out the boost. But not quite connecting, and Hambuga, he's having a hell of a time. Just farming up the ecos. Gotta pad them stats a little bit, man. I don't know if y'all see Kicking stat sheet inside of the face of lobby. It's just a sea of green. Hambuga wishes to have a stat sheet like his caller. Hell, he's wishing he could outfrag him in this game. But a Zeus coming out, and I mean, it's not even going to amount to anything. His Kicking will clean it up. And technical pause coming in for Kooking. Would not be the first time to see Hambuga randomly drop from the server, so probably nothing. Actually, no disconnects to this point yet, so hopefully just a short little wait, and we'll get back into the game. And I think that's an attempt to call the unpause that you see there from Hambuga. And indeed, we'll go live. Demolition still yet leading 8-7. It was 8-4 at the halftime. Yet to post a conversion on the CT round. Okay, now if he really was cheating, he would have gone for the spam shot, right? I'm gonna try to pull that brainworm out of my head. I don't think he's cheating, to be honest with you. One of those things. It's like a Pandora's box, man. Once you hear it, you can't unhear it. Now you're going to be looking, evaluating the man's acting skills instead of evaluating what's going on your screen. It's Naro finding the entry onto Busta. And Obesity with the trade from the AWP from Market as well. Desperate. Please, give me another peek into this op crosshair. And I mean, the plant has been belabored enough from Kooking that the CTs are actually in position to try to mount a retake here. You got 3 inside of the market. You got no kits, however. No kits, limited utility, one of the smokes to try to keep the tees zoned off to the right side. They'll be able to intuit that bench is more or less clear based off the Molotov coming in. And nobody opting to fight through the smoke. Chroma spotting one over towards Van, but Sarky coming in for the top rope at Market. Jord coming in as well, and Obesity will not connect the second op shot. And Kooking have evened up the scoreline. And another eco for Demolition to come out here. A little bit more investment than the previous one. A couple of Deagles and MP9 to be found. But looking like going to be a bog standard affair for Kooking. They've got Hamburger into this forward position out on middle. But the rest, it's just going to be a matter of flushing out these pistols over towards the A-bomb site. The rotation will start to come in and false. He's going to get it started. Surely Demolition don't have another one of these to pull out of the hat, right? False will eventually be found out. But Obesity to trade it, and we've actually brought it down to a 3 versus 3 here. The positions of of at least one of the CTs in Obesity known. Not so for the two in CT spawn. So mindful of it. Kooking players will slow down. Meticulous in how they want to approach it. And Hamburger finding Obesity. Secures man advantage and gives them a winning position on the round. Jord, that's a great shot to be had over towards CT. And Shark Boy left on his lonesome. Maybe some cheeky shot to be had upon the tap of the plant. Bonara's covering. He's covering, but not quite fast enough to prevent Jord from going down. But regardless, it's going to be a 9th round for Kooking. Okay. Sarky spotting over towards the stair cross. Chroma has made his way across, seemingly undetected, but now known. By way of the con smoke going out, and it's just going to be very standard Mirage happenings. Molotov onto the underpass at just over 130. A resmoke onto the window. Full control of middle to be wrought away by Kooking. And here's where it gets interesting. The cross out of window is actually heard from Obesity. Now, he's not going to know for sure that he's rotated out over towards B, but caught with the nade out. Jord, that's a huge kill on the second over into jungle as well. And False has just got so much to do here. He's going to have so much pressure coming in from Connector. 3 players known, 1 found in Sarky. Shark Boy over from Cad as well, but traded. And the man advantage maintained for Kooking. They are not aware of the position of the second CT. But they know wherever they go, if they're able to go together, it'll be a 3 versus 1 going into the site. But the crosshair placement just off from Hamburger as Busta will be able to find the kill onto him with the AWP. False, however, a little bit too wide over on the A-bomb site. Control lost. And Busta, very tempting to go for this, but the AWP by itself worth holding on to. And Kicking's not going to let that one slip. 1 HP or not. So a 10th round for Kooking Esports. And that makes 8 in a row. Or excuse me, 6 in a row. 6 in a row, and Demolition yet to post even 1 on the CT side. It's going to be a heavy stack, even more so as False is making his way over. Chroma, having pushed entirely through the A ramp, has got the information, but can they stop it? I mean, they've got 4 bodies here over at the B bomb site. Shark completely blinded up, but the frags really favoring the way of Demolition so far anyway, and Sarky, just like that, is all on his lonesome. There's one found on the 1 versus 3 in position, aware of the second as well. The flashbang from Market is going to give away the whereabouts of Chroma, but it won't matter as Shark Boy posting 3 on the round. That's huge for Demolition. A little too slow, a little too telegraphed. And Kooking finally giving something for Demolition to work with on the CT side. A little bit of confusion almost, it seems, out of spawn. Not entirely sure what the plan is supposed to be going into this round, but Kooking takes the reins. He says, everybody shut up. Go exec A. That's how we get it over the line. A couple of nades being dropped back and forth, and False, I think, just within range to be able to hear it as well from here at under balcony. But not quite enough to fully pull the rotation. So the exec is going to come in, and the space will be had by Kooking. Only one to be found by False from under the balcony. The break on the smoke is good, but the shots are likewise from Sarky and Naro. The plant to go down, and Shark Boy on 125 ADR, trying to keep the streak up and keep his team in this game. But Jord with the double kill into CT spawn is going to leave him with it all to do. Oh, great flashbang from Jord as well. And Sarky will flatten Shark Boy. So 11-9 does Kooking lead. And the economy heavily in their favor here as well. Really a great position, barring some heroics from the Demolition players, which would not be the first time we've seen it throughout the series. Try to bring it to a close. And it'll just be a walk into the A site. False found out. Obesity. Can't do much. With multiple players swinging onto the screen. Busta will at minimum recover an AK, and that would be a really good asset to try to bring into this next round. But if the previous retake situations have been any indication, he's going to be fishing for a little bit more. Actually, maybe not thinks a little bit better of it. After hearing kicking inside of T-spawn, Shark Boy is going to go down over at A. And I mean, the hunt is on at this point. More likely than not, barring the knife being brought out, you're not going to be able to get away with this AK, but I say that. Busta finds one, Kooking to trade it out. And the game froze as if the game was over there, but really it is one more to bring it over the line here for Kooking Esports. One more shot to post 3 more rounds on this CT side. And it will be ambitious from Shark Boy. He's done quite a lot to try to keep his team alive in this map 3. But might just not be enough. As False will be good for 1, and actually the second, and very nearly the third. 2.5 to be found. To bring it to a 2 versus 2. False also having done a great job, but Jord pushing through the smoke. It's not going to come up the way that he was hoping. Sarky, however, better luck Not running into any CTs. For the time being, the spray a little belabored, but the headshot found on the Busta. And he had general knowledge of where the last player of BCD was. So it's going to come down to this 1-versus-1 here. Sarky for the best of 3 to try to close it out here. The reload actually coming in from E-Box, swings wide, and there it is. Kooking Esports going to take a 2-1 over Demolition. And to be honest, if anything, maybe even a little bit more convincing than the scoreline would suggest on the third map. That second half, Kooking entirely in control. And just more or less random over. Jordan FPS in the chat, GG. Yeah, GG's. Congrats, man. Okay, so tell me this, George. You're in the chat. Was that a 2-1 game? Are you guys 3-1 now? Narabob, what is Train? Dude, it's a good map. I promise, man. I promise. It's a good map. Don't know this map? Come on, man. You remember VP Astralis throwing A rushes and all this nonsense? Yo, congratulations, fellas. But yeah, tell me, was that a 2-1 game? Are you guys in playoffs? Oh, it's a 1-1 match. Okay. A little bit earlier than I originally thought then anyway. But I mean, you guys were in good position for it. 2-1, 2 more chances. And maybe Sarky won't fuck up the veto next time. You never know. Man, Kooking, are you in the chat again, brother? That's the first thing that I would say. Capitan to Capitan. You never let your players handle the veto. You gotta do it yourself, man. Otherwise, you're gonna wind up playing Train. Maps that don't even exist. You'll wind up playing Cobblestone at this rate, man. But yeah, really, really good series. Fun watch. Kooking TV, let's go. Hell yeah, brother. Mistake by Sarky playing Train. Dude, what's crazy about that as well is it was even closer than the scoreline suggested. I was making this point a couple of times over the best of 3. Like, you guys won both pistol rounds on Train, and just the second rounds just slipped away from you. It's like, if either one of those goes your way even, that's a much closer game. So, kind of wild that no history on it, and it almost seems like you guys were learning nades in the warm-up that it was able to be that close. Like I could tell as you guys were going through the CT side, you were figuring shit out with the rotations and everything. I thought Jordan figured out maybe, okay, you don't run down at the ladder at the start of the round because the T's are going to nade the fuck out of you. I mean, it happened twice. Think you'd learn after the first one, but doesn't matter. Won the best of 3. That's what counts, right? Unholy CS2 is now following. Appreciate it, brother. Hello, guys. It's Shark Boy. Good game. Yeah, good game, man. Yeah, that was very solid map 3 from the boy. Got a knife kill. Bro, I was on you the whole time, brother. Yeah, go back in the VOD. Clip that shit. Save that, man. It's great. I was mentioning all the guys. It was this close to the type of clip that you dream about. You knife the first guy, you spray down the next 3, you get the defuse. This close. But yeah, that's the long and short of it, guys. Really, really good map from both of these teams. Who am I going to raid? Who am I going to send these 5 people in this stream to? Jordan FPS is now following. Shout out, Jordan. Everybody got mad in Discord? Nah, no way, man. Everybody was mad in Discord. You were baiting for the knife? I mean, I thought that seemed pretty intentional with your boy that was there jump spotting a van for you. Are you posting the VOD? Yeah, I'll post the VOD. I think I have to download it to put it up on my YouTube or whatever. But one way or another, I'll figure it out. I'll get the VOD up. Yeah, man, you gotta clip that eco round, man. Where's the calls? They just don't listen to me. Oh, speaking of not listening to calls or maybe missing calls, is Kooking still in the chat? There was only one thing that I was kind of questioning. I don't remember what round it was. You guys were on T-side Ancient. Sarky gets pushed by two guys at B door, and he loses. Does he lose the bomb? I don't remember. But at any rate, Sarky gets pushed by two guys at the B door, and Kooking and Naro, I think, are in cave. Or Kooking's alone in cave. He has another guy with him. His buddy gets killed. Kooking trades. There's a second guy at lane, and Kooking goes back turned to walk up to cave to go plant the bomb on B. But you guys had the information on the guy on lane, or at least that's how it looked to me anyway. Am I making sense? Do you guys remember which round I'm talking about? I think you were playing against an eco. It was like 2 M4s and 3 5.7s or whatever for the CTs. And Sarky got pushed by the 3 pistols at B-Thor. It was messy on Discord? Yeah, I figured. Because Jord, like, locked... He heard the quick step, and I don't even know if he actually heard it, but, like, he locked the fuck in instantly as soon as Kooking goes to plant the bomb. False makes a quick step inside a cave, and then Jord just swings him and kills him. But at any rate, I've been live for about 2.5 hours. You might hear it in my voice a little bit. Your boy's tired. I got to take the dog out. Got to get a little something to eat. Thanks for the cast. Absolutely, man. I was happy to see. I had some time this week to try to cover a couple of these games. I saw you guys were on the schedule. I'm like, I gotta, for my boy Kooking, I gotta do it, man. So that's gonna wrap it up for the cast this evening, fellas. And I'm going to see if I can figure out how to raid /raid channel. Let's send you guys over to Foxtrot GDs. It's DXG Omega versus Foxtrot is live right now. Let's see who's the guy that's casting that. I think it was Ping was the guy who was casting that. So everybody go support Ping, enjoy the games. Hope you guys enjoyed my casting, and hopefully be back for more a little bit later on in the OSS season. Talk to you guys later. Peace. Maybe.